Hello there, I'm Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper. Thank you for joining me on this video. I hope you enjoy the information that is coming on this video. Thank you so much for writing concerning the answers that are coming through this video. Many of you are asking questions about your job. You know, how do I know that I'm actually working for a narcissist, or I know that I'm working for a narcissist, I just don't know how to handle their behavior. And those of you that are employers that have hired narcissists and know that you hired a narcissist and you're trying to manage the narcissist, or you are in a business and you want to prevent from hiring narcissists and you're asking, what should I do? Well, as anybody, a narcissist need a job. Just like everybody need a job, they have to take care of their living conditions, and they have to have a home, a car. They have to have different services. They go to school and they learn a trade, and they work in the workforce, but they can be very difficult to work with. And sometimes employers learn how to manage the narcissists. There are some narcissists that can be managed because they call them mild manners, even though they have 5 of the 9 traits that is recognized as MPD, but they are very mild in their traits. And you may notice a lot of covert narcissists can be charming, can be easy to work with, because a lot of them are mild mannered. And then there's your top 1% of narcissists that are very difficult. Your pathological narcissist, your insecure narcissist, your paranoid narcissist, your malignant narcissist, your psychopathic narcissist. 1 in 100 are these pathological narcissists that are considered are hands off in the workforce, and they don't submit to any real level of authority and can make it quite difficult for leaders and the people that they work with. And then you have your narcissists that are male-mannered, that get things done because they're very focused, they're very stick to it, they're very targeted, and they get it done. Because once a narcissist, they focus on the target, that narcissists go after that target. And when the narcissists take interest in an individual, they are like the law of continuum. They don't back down, they don't back off, they want that target. And they even make a pact with themselves, a challenge with themselves. I'm going to get her. I'm going to get him at any cost. And sometimes the difficulties, narcissists always don't look for easy way out. Sometimes people say the narcissists look for the weakest and the easiest target. That's not necessarily true. The narcissists look for the target they can get. And what happened is, if it's a difficult target, the narcissist adjusts to the extremity of that situation, of that challenge. And if it's a weak target, the narcissist can adjust to that. And so a lot of times they said the narcissists really love the empath. Well, of course, the empaths are filled with feelings and emotions. They're very empathetic. They're very giving. And so if that's the person that the narcissists meet, then it would be a narcissist to empath relationship. But if you got this strong-willed, debonair person, then the narcissist will accommodate that, because you got to remember the narcissist is an investigator. They go into the pathology of the person. They learn the person and they adjust themselves to accommodate the personality of that person. And if that person is strong-willed, well, guess what? The narcissist come on with it strong, and he tries to match that personality, or she tries to match that personality. So when you get a narcissist that's in the workplace, the narcissist also study the supervisors, study their managers, study their leaders. And just like they study their supervisor, and like they study the supply, they study the supervisor. And the narcissist will accommodate and they will adjust themselves to emulate on the level of observation. And so a lot of times when you're working for a narcissist and you're working for a mild mild mannered narcissist. What the supervisors have noticed is like you get a covert narcissist, you can even get a somatic narcissist that does not go to the extremity because they're able to weigh in and tally in on how much of themselves they need to give. And because they're trying to win the situation, they measure it out. They know when to go in and they know when to back off, especially when you have those skilled narcissists that has been involved with several relationships, whether it's professional or social, and so they adjust and acclimate themselves to that environment. Now the narcissist can be when you are a supervisor and you're having to hire a narcissist, then you have to be careful of the narcissist that you bring into the workforce, because there are some narcissists that find it very difficult to adjust to any environment. And they did a study over 30 year period, and they studied college students, and they noticed that 30 years ago there was 70% of college students that show extreme the college student show extreme empathy, and 30% show narcissistic traits. Where in today, in the 21st century, now we're noticing today's vernacular that most college students is showing 70% of narcissistic traits, and they throw and 30% of some empathy. Some empathy. When it was extreme empathy 30 years ago, now it's some empathy. In the workforce in 10 to 15 years is going to be made up of over 50%, over 40 to 50% millenniums. And they'll notice that the narcissistic traits are increasing. So this will become our workforce. So now the supervisors and the owners and of businesses are learning that they must acclimate, they must adjust and learn how to manage these people and learn how to discern these people, because when you hire them, you're not hiring them also for your business, but you are hiring them for the environment of others that are working with them. And because of the narcissist is self-indulgent and they indulgent and they take over, because if you don't have strong leadership with the narcissist and you own a business, that narcissist will take over because of the grandiosity and because of the extreme craving for praise. And especially when you have the somatic, you have the covert, who's extremely appealing, and they get into the personality of the people and start to weave themselves in and out of the personality of the people and start to dominate. And when they start to dominate, they affect the environment, and the leader there, next thing you know, they're taking over the leadership because they don't pull the leadership in as a prey predator type relationship. So you definitely want to be very careful of hiring these people. Those traits are going to be there, and you have to know those traits for your business, because if you hire a malignant narcissist, it can be very dangerous for that business and for other people. When you are trying to build a team, the narcissist is not, especially the insecure narcissist. The insecure narcissist find it very difficult to work with other people. And that's why sometimes they make accountants where they work by themselves. They don't need to be around other people, and they have their mindset and they're not challenged by other people. They can work well. They can work very well, but you want to make sure that you get the right kind of personality, because remember the 9 traits. When you are dealing with extreme grandiosity, when you're dealing with insecurity, when you're dealing with a right of entitlement, when you're dealing with them for extreme praise, when you're dealing with blame and shame, when you're dealing with dominance of character, when you're dealing with self-absorbance. Now, if you think this is something in a relationship, It's really difficult for some of you all that are working on the job when you do a project and the narcissists become jealous because you're good at what you do. And so now you're the focus of the narcissist because the narcissist on the job focus on the best person doing the job. And the person that is best doing the job, you become the attention of the narcissist because the narcissist has to be number one. They refuse to be number two. So now you are the target of the narcissist. So you are doing extremely well, getting all of your assignments. Then all of a sudden, assignments come up missing. Assignments come up sabotage. And it always happens around this person. But you can't ever prove that it's that person. But this person's always laughing and talking in your face. But every time they get around you and you leave and come back, something has been damaged. Something has been lost. Something has been destroyed. You can't find it. And you were the only people in there. And you're telling the narcissist, but we were the only two people in it. The narcissist, I don't know what happened. And they're looking you in the eye and they're lying the whole time. And so you have to be very careful of that because narcissists have extreme envy, extreme jealousy. So when you are working with people like this, you have to take note and register the character. And how you do that, notice the pattern, notice the behavior, because the narcissist can be very predictable and unpredictable, but they are pattern individual. They do the same thing over and over. That works because it works. And so when you get around them, you soon wake up that things don't happen until this person get around me. My projects don't come up sabotage. They don't come up missing. They don't come up damaged until this person get around. But if you don't wake up to the pattern of toxic people and narcissists, then you're going to find that you can lose your job over not being aware of your environment. And see, the supervisor hired them because of their extreme skill level. And their skill level, when a narcissist target, I mean, they'll stay up all night. They don't need the sleep that you need because they are unrestful on the inside. So they don't need restful. They will stay up and harass you. And then the narcissist, especially the covert, will seem to strike up a conversation, always getting you off target, always getting you distracted, laughing in your face. And it seemed like this spell come over you when they are around. And when they are around, you are just mesmerized. And sometimes you have narcissists with relationship, witchcrafts, narcissists with sorcery, and they already got that about them. And so when you come in with the narcissist, notice patterns of behaviors when things start happening, when they are around. Even if you don't see them and you know they've been there, start checking off of the times that they've been there and things start to happen. Start noticing patterns. Start writing things down. Start writing dates down when it happened. Because the narcissist will always, excuse me, always blame somebody else. The narcissist will never, ever take the blame. And then those of you, when you notice your supervisor seem to have an eye out for you, notice that jealousy. You may not want to believe it. It may be hard for you to receive it. It may be hard for you to even believe that someone would be jealous of me when their status is so high. They are the manager of 40, 50 people. They are manager of 150, 200, 500 people. But you are the target because when you bring your report, they notice something different about your report. They notice something different about your work. They know that you operate with excellence. It will get the attention of the narcissist. And for those of you entrepreneurs that are hiring these people, and you have to know the different personality. You have to know the questions to ask the narcissist. See how they answer. When you ask them, well, why do you think I should hire you? And then they tell you that. And they tell you why. Well, I'm the best. I'm the best there is. You're not going to find anybody better than me. And you say, you think you're the best there is? Have you studied our company? Have you did your work? And guess what? They did. Because like they study you, they're going to go to that company. They're going to do the backup of that company. They're going to survey that company. Because remember, when a narcissist wants to supply, a narcissist is very, very, very patient for their supply. that narcissist will wait you out, baby. He'll wait out your no until it be turned to yes. That narcissist would keep calling you. He would keep coming. He would, next thing you know, you coming out the door. You didn't even know he was there. And you get to your car. He's opening the door for you, taking your grocery, putting it in the back, telling you, I'll see you later. I know you don't like me. I know you don't want anything to do with me, but I just had to be here for you. I saw you over there. I came here to buy a few things. They're following you. They're stalking you. They're learning you. They're trying to figure out your schedule. They're learning what you do. They're hiding around the corner, even if they have to rent a car so they can be in a different car. Get a hat. You can't tell they got a mask. So they would do what they're supposed to do, because remember, the mild-mannered narcissists can get some things done. Why? Because they can focus. When you lose your focus, they don't, because their intent is different from you. And so when their intent is different from you, their actions is going to be different from yours. So when you are working with a narcissist, notice pattern of people. Notice it, especially if they're malignant. If a narcissist look like they hate somebody, and sometimes you get that narcissistic stare. And once you get that narcissistic stare and their eyes are black and they are piercing you, looking at you, note that check, because your job can be at risk, because you are the target. When you're the best, know that you're in their sight. You're in their gauge when you are working. And see, now as employers, we have to be careful as entrepreneurs of who we hire. We have to be careful, because when you got 70% from 30% that are showing narcissistic trait, and the job market with the millenniums is increasing in 10 to 15 years by another 40 to 50%. You got all of this energy. You got all of this lack of wisdom. You got all of this youthfulness. You got people who are learning themselves. You got people who are self-absorbed. They got at least 5 of the 9 traits. Total narcissists. And then you got the malignant. You got the somatic. You got the covert, the overt. And then you got the psychopath. Then you have the sociopath. Then you have those that are cerebral. You are dealing with this group of people that have flooded the market with their skill level, and they are narcissists, and they would do anything. And these narcissists, entrepreneurs and leaders, you cannot just throw the praise at them. You have to pan out that praise over a period of time, because they need it. Where you fail to give narcissists praise, where you fail to give them their elations, you are stirring up a hostile environment for all the other workers. And you are stirring up where folk can even come up very devastated, because the narcissists refuse to let anybody outdo them, and they never get praised. So leaders and entrepreneurs, when you hire a narcissist, know their trait. You got to know how to feed them. You got to know how to manage them. You got to, when they are wrong, you make sure you tabulate everything that they are not doing right. You keep you a list, because those narcissists can reason themselves out of the most extreme jam, because that's what they do. And with these holes on the inside, they don't have the empathy of caring. They don't have the empathy of not hurting you when you are their target, because they have to be the best. And they will compete against everybody and anybody at any time, at any level, without any concern, and go to sleep at night. So you have to be careful as entrepreneurs who you hire. Ask the right question. If that question is filled with grandiosity, or you can pick up a sense of entitlement, you got to know what you're dealing with, because sometimes you can't avoid not hiring them when they have the skill and the level of what you need. Remember, when you hire them, you are hiring them not only for the skill level, but you're hiring them for the environment that you want to produce. And if you get a narcissist that is overt, and they are loud and boisterous, and they're intimidated by everything, and they use a rough hand to handle everything, that would be your environment. You will have people scared to come to work. You will find people quitting their jobs, and they need that job, but they're scared of that malignant narcissist who's doing threatening, sending notes on their desk, and then taking the notes off their desk. They won't send an email because you can keep that. They won't send a text because you can keep that. They will keep uttering words. Meet them on the elevator. Meet them down at lunch. Meet them anywhere where they can't be recorded. And so some people even got cameras, secret cameras to catch them because you couldn't. They are so they scheme and so subtle in their scheming until they finally got caught taking that person's project, wasting coffee on their project, tearing up their project, shredding their project at their desk when they shouldn't be at their desk, in their desk when they shouldn't be at their desk, all caught on camera. And supervisor, you have to be wise. Don't be mesmerized. When these people get you and you are pulled in emotionally more than you know or more than you care to be in that relationship, that you have to keep it professional. When they cross the line of the professional, especially women, because women are given to their emotions. Never rule your business by your emotion. Rule it by a set of principles. Have these principles written down. Have what you expect written down. Give it to them. Expect that. And then write off when they don't do it. Bring them in for a statement because they know that you're keeping count. Have a hard copy that is right there. Have a hard copy that's inaccessible because somehow, some way, those copies will come up missing. So you won't have no evidence of what they do. And so you as a leader have to secure your environment with these narcissists that are taking over the project, taking over the environment, being hostile or being subtle. When you have a narcissist and you can see that they are appealing to the people, pulling them in, especially the men. He got all the women. Now the women are fighting each other. And what is happening, he's using those supply and pulling them in. And he could be sleeping with more than one. And they know it because the narcissist will tell them just so they can fight among themselves. And they are totally in that narcissist grip. Supervisors, you have to be smarter than the narcissist. You have to know the traits of the narcissist. Those of you that are working with narcissists, always have a notepad. Always write things down. Never forget. Go to the bathroom. The moment you remember something, go to the bathroom, notate it, write it down. And once you write it down, keep that notepad. Never put the notepad down. Keep it in your pocket. Keep it in your purse. Keep your purse with you. Never leave your purse. Never ever leave your purse unless you got a place to lock it. Never leave your keys. Never ever leave your keys. Always secure your information. Secure your information like you secure a very precious diamond jewel. Because you would need that. Because the narcissist is a historical accountant. They get every account of history and they're going to keep it and they're going to use it. Anytime a person is inquisitive of you and you're wondering why they need to know all of that, there's a reason why you're asking, why do they need to know that when they don't need to know that? When you're working with a narcissist, like you are in a relationship, those red flags here, a relationship, you can leave, but you can't readily leave your job because you need the money to take care of your lifestyle, to take care of your bills, to take care of your family. So it's not so easy to leave that job. Be aware and be awake. Leaders, entrepreneurs that are hiring these people, know what you're doing. Ask the right question. Find out the 9 traits. Ask questions around the 9 traits. See their answers. Get examples of how a narcissist answer. Study the narcissist. So if you get the narcissist, you can be readily skilled in some of the things that they will answer and how they will answer for the safety of your business, because a narcissist can come in, do very well, pull in your people, take over your business until all of the people no longer, they redirected the leadership and they redirected the leadership to themselves instead of you, because they got the attention of the people and they train the people to get the attention of the clients. And then the clients take the attention back to the narcissist and the narcissist cut off everything. And there's things you don't know. And by the time you get to find out the information, the narcissist is filled with charm, and he has charmed your people right from under your hands. Know the 9 traits. Know how they work. in a personality, in a moving mind, in an operative mind. A narcissist can be a terrible thing for your business. And a narcissist with a weak leader is a terrible thing. Remember, the weeds go through the cracks. So if there's a crack in any place in your business, in your ministry, in your relationship, the narcissist is a controller and a dominator. They don't want to share, they want to rule. And that includes your business. So I hope that I've answered some questions. You know, when we do this, I will always come back and do another part 2 at another time at another whole level. So when you're working for a narcissist, keep a notepad, write everything down. Don't share too much information. Never tell what your project is unless it's on the table. And then when it's on the table, stay in your lane and keep your portion. Never let the narcissist ask what you're doing. And when the narcissist is over your shoulder, cover up your work, especially when they got a pattern and you have checked that pattern and that red flag go off on the inside of you. Don't you ever ignore what goes off in you. Pay close attention. And I tell you, you will be one that the narcissist cannot overcome. But know at the same time, you will be a target. And you will go up the ladder. And you will get promoted. And you will win. But you keep your business, personals, and you keep your list next to you. And remember, never put down your purse. Even if you put it in your desk for a minute. Never leave your purse insecure, where it's not secure. You can't leave it unsecure. Never. Never leave the list that you're making and writing down. Never trust anybody. This is something you don't even tell a coworker. You keep it because it may be your first line of defense when it's necessary. Well, those of you, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed doing it, and it's always a good pleasure to come before you. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, come on, subscribe and push that bell. And every time I come on and upload new content, you will be alerted. It's always a joy to come before you. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel. And when I come on live, oh, I love our lives. Our lives are spectacular. Also, I said, those of you who want to do a Zoom and ask your Destiny Helper, let me know. Write me at destinyhelper12s@gmail.com. I want to get some more of you. Some of you are already responding, telling me, yeah, I want to do this. When are we going to do it? Let's get some more people involved. And so if you want to be with me on Zoom and you can ask any question, we can hear your story, we can hear your testimony, let me know. And feel free to write me at destinyhelper12s@gmail.com. And I'm looking forward to this announcement that, hey, we're on Zoom. And it's what? You can ask your Destiny Helper anything and you can tell your story. I am looking forward to seeing you on the next video. Mwah. And remember, I love you. We are going to Hawaii in August, the second week in August. Please, please, please. Those of you who want to go, the tickets now are between $350 and $550. You can go ahead and get your ticket. We'll have the package ready at the end of February where you can register online. It's going to be fantabulous. And on that Monday, we're leaving that Tuesday of the second week. And I have the dates for you. And we will be leaving there on that Tuesday because Monday, we're going to go over the island and look at the island. Of course, we will be by the beach and you can enjoy the beach every day. And so that while we are there, and you can even take your vacation while you're there. So look for me to bring that information back at the end of February. We almost got everything ready. We want you to have your continental breakfast. We want to serve lunch and dinner. You can go anywhere you want to go. Dinner is on you, and they're a fantabulous restaurant. And Cluster B Free Karen is over there in Hawaii. Woo! And we'll get a chance to see her. So make sure that you stand by to get the information for Hawaii in August, the second week in August, that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, we go view the island. Tuesday, we fly out. And I understand that some of you going to come Friday, Saturday, leave Thursday, Friday, Saturday, leave Saturday night for Sunday because you got to be in your pulpit. Hey, I'm all with you and I'm for it. So listen up for it. And we are looking forward to presenting this information to you. Get your plane tickets now. That's your responsibility. You can get your plane tickets at $350 to $550. Get them before they go up. I love you. Make sure you write me and say, hey, got my ticket. I'm ready to go, Destiny Helper, because we are going to be right there with you. I'm Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper. Remember, make sure you subscribe, push the bell, and write me, destinyhelper12s@gmail.com. And I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to answer your questions and listening to your story. And I will see you on the next video. God bless.